The scary part about marriage is that most people don't know that they are building the kind of marriage that would eventually break. So in today's video, we're going to react to some clips that talk honestly about the real reasons why marriages fail. So please do well to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, okay?
This is why my marriage failed and what I learned. And so this is for the wives, not the girlfriends. But I was married for 13 years and I did everything wrong. I did get 2 beautiful children from it. So, of course, it was more than worth it. But when I do get remarried, I'm going to do so many things different because the core issue was we were not aligned. I was at church today and the message was spot on. So I knew I needed to share it with you. Here's 3 keys that will help you win at your marriage. And number 1 is to let him lead. Encourage his leadership. In the dating phase, it's really easy for women to want their man to lead, but when they get married, all of a sudden it's like they want to take over and have control and have the last say. And you're probably saying, oh, he sucks at leading. Well, maybe because you walked all over him and you deflated his ego and made him feel shitty. So take a step back and try letting him lead again because he's supposed to lead. If he's not leading, you're not going to win at this marriage. Number 2, you need to be his teammate. It's like in the game of baseball when there's a catcher and a pitcher and they have to be in sync, otherwise they will 100% lose the game. And so you've got to be able to strategize with them. Like, it's so important to strategize, to have a grown-ass conversation and say, what can I do to help? How can I lighten your load? How can I make your life easier? And men also, let her help you. Sometimes men have a hard time doing this. If you both have your own separate, you have to be able to strategize and cheer each other on and play to win together. And number 3 is give him space to reset. Men really need a reset time so they can come back more aligned and grounded and loving. And so don't resist it. Don't be bitter about it. Encourage it. It's going to benefit you. And this means you have to know him. You have to know what lights him up and refreshes his soul and makes him feel alive. And I'm not saying men go play golf 3 times this week, but I'm just saying if you really need a time to reset, like, women, don't get in the way of that.
Now, personally, I'm not the kind of person that wants to lead. Like, I love my man leading me. I'm so comfortable in my role as a woman. I don't want to be leading no one. However, I have struggled so much in the past with giving my husband space, and I've mentioned it a couple of times here. And let me just tell you for the fact that it can never be good. He needs his space with other men. Yes, the same way you need your space also, but it's just that for the most part, women are always the clingy one, especially in the first few years of marriage. You're clingy. Allow your man to just have time with the boys, with the guys, with the men. Do not take offense when he wants to do stuff with other people aside you. He needs that reset, and trust me when she said that he's gonna come back to you better. He would. He will come back to you better. So I'm going to be reading a particular comment that struck me under this post. Someone said, yep, kept letting him do that and completely destroyed us and put us in bankruptcy. Kept saying, yep, you take care of the kids, the house, everything that you need to do, and I'll take care of everything else. Yeah, that didn't work too well. I'll never ever let another man lead my life ever. Like, she's so sure she wouldn't do that again because of her experience, and I don't blame her. Let me use myself as an example. I, for one, love financial security. I love a man to be financially secure. I'm all about savings, investment, have that steady cash flow from somewhere. I don't even want to know how you do, but just do it because you're the man. I mean, do it. I'm always about save, 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 which is not so great because sometimes there can be delayed gratification. I just postpone things. Because I want to save the money. It's not good, but there has to be a balance. Anyway, I digress. As I was saying, I want my man to be able to be financially secure, have savings, have investments, because you're taking care of your family. I want that from you, and I even want to learn from you. I need you to have that knowledge as a man. I want to entrust the financial burden on you. I totally get this woman, because it's quite frustrating if you're not able to do that as a man. It's very frustrating to be in the woman's shoes. However, on the flip side, I'm just hoping that this wasn't something that was beyond his control, because we know that there are a lot of forces in this world. Like, you plan one thing, you think that you got your life all together, and the forces in this world just try to disrupt your plans over and over again. Life is very unpredictable like that. My husband and I have been in a situation where we felt like, okay, this is how a year would go. It happens to majority of people, if not everyone. This is how a year would go, and I mean, you're just looking at God like, come on, what's happening? What's happening? Things just go the other way. And honestly, to be honest, my first line of action will be to blame him and say, come on, take control. You're the man. That's why I said I don't want to be leading anybody. But I figured out along the line that that's not the best way to handle things. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. But I'm just hoping that is not this woman's case. The first thing you should do is not to blame your man. It's hard, but you learn eventually.
People always ask me, Tyler, what's the number one reason why people get divorced? And you really want to know? You want to know the secret sauce of why so many of you miserable folks are getting divorced? It's that you guys don't know how to deal with conflict. You don't know how to communicate like adults. There's so often where people get divorced just because they say, I'm just sick of them. I'm just sick of this shit. You guys have these little arguments throughout the duration of your marriage, and you keep putting them underneath the rug. One argument after another goes underneath the rug and unresolved, and you don't talk about it. And then all of a sudden, that argument, or that rug, is filled with arguments. And it starts to look like a big old fat pimple. And you keep arguing, and you keep yelling at each other until that freaking pimple explodes. And just poops all over your marriage. Next thing you know, you're divorced. If you want to save your marriage, learn how to frickin' communicate and act like a goddamn adult. And also, say you're sorry.
Did he just call divorced people miserable? I'm so sorry. I apologize on his behalf. You are not miserable. However, conflict resolution is something that a lot of intending couples should learn. It's like a course that needs to be studied, because majority of the divorces that happen is not even due to abuse. It's mostly due to irreconcilable differences, and that's when couples do not know how to communicate, you don't know how to solve your conflict. A lot of couples are struggling with resentment and lack of communication. So why don't you know how to do it? It just takes two emotionally intelligent people to be able to resolve their issues, whatsoever it is, able to do it without tearing each other down. That's something that needs to be studied. Now let's see some of the comments that struck me. I've been married for 16 years and we have both times. I've been married for 16 years and we both have times we can't stand each other, but we aren't quitters. We're committed till one of us is 6 feet under, and that's the spirit. I love this comment so much because it's not every time you'll be able to stand your spouse. They get to annoy you frequently, or not frequently, but they get to annoy you. But commitment is what saves marriages. This says this is the number one rule me and my husband have. We always talk about our issue with each other. We never let it linger. We always apologize and make a game plan going forward. Resolve it ASAP. That sounds like a healthy marriage to me. See, marriage is hard, but it's very, very much doable. Now let's see the most important video here.
Why most Christian marriages end in stage 3. You're not crazy. Marriage is harder than anyone warned us about. Because love doesn't die, something else does. I'm Rooted Mama, and I make biblical truth so simple that even a kid can get it. Most Christian marriages don't fall apart in the honeymoon phase or the routine stage phase. They die in stage 3, the stage of self-denial. The moment where loving your spouse starts requiring sacrifice, humility, forgiveness, and maturity. The Bible says in Ephesians chapter 5 verses 21 through 25 that marriage works when both people submit to one another out of reverence for Christ, not out of convenience, not out of emotion, out of Christ likeness. Stage 2 is comfort. Stage 3 is crucifixion. Dying to self, dying to pride, dying to ego, dying to me first. And most Christians want a godly marriage without becoming godly people. Let me cook. Make it through stage 3 by practicing these 3 things. Humility, even when you're right. Patience, even when they're wrong. Forgiveness, even when it hurts. That's not weakness, that's worship. Marriage isn't supposed to look perfect. It's supposed to look holy. And holiness starts where convenience ends.
I said this is the most important video because it's at the end of the day we can only do so much, but God is the one that gives wisdom to be able to navigate through marriage, because yeah, we can advise you here and there, but your spouse is different from another spouse, and marriage is not a one size fits all. He's the only one that will tell you when to speak and when to shut up. He's the only one that can give you and your husband the grace to forgive each other. Forgiveness is not easy, so he's the only one that can give the grace to do that. That is why it's very important to marry someone that is in the same faith as yours, that believes what you believe, that has the same core values as yours, so that the both of you can work together as a team, because y'all are tying the knot, y'all are getting married, you need to be able to align. Anyway, let's read the comment under this one. This one says, for all the people that say it's not hard, if you really know all of the person, you are wrong. I love my husband to death, but marriage is hard. It's definitely a reason God told us to keep him in our marriage. I need him daily for my marriage alone, and I cannot agree more with that. This said, no girl, don't hit the save button. I already sent it to him. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of dying to myself, and it's not even for him, it's for Christ. I'm trying so hard to hold on to peace because Jesus is all I want, but my flesh is screaming revenge. Now, I'm gonna say something here, like, if it has gotten to the point where you know that deep down you have truly tried your best, I don't think separation is a bad thing to do at this point. This is where I would say separation is very much okay, because at this point it's disturbing your peace. You have tried and this man is not giving, he's not giving in, like doesn't care what you do or what you don't do. I don't think it's mandatory that you stay in such environments. At the end of the day, God loves you more than he loves that marriage. He loves you way more. So he's not telling you to put yourself in that situation by all means because you want to prove something. No. Marriage can work only when two parties are willing to make it work. The two parties have to be willing. Yes. And of course, you know yourself, and you know that you're not leaving because you are a selfish person. You're not leaving out of your own selfishness. I mean, you've tried your best. Please separate, okay? Anyways, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Which particular points do you not agree with? Feel free to share in the comments, as I'll be reading your comments as usual. Thank you all so much. That brings me to the end of my video. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in another one. Okay, bye.